to the Man Cave Podcast. There is no Dan in here with me, but you know what? You got me, you got D, baby. That is all you really need. Is you just need that D in your life. But there is no Buckeye game that's going to be going on this weekend. So instead of there being a Buckeye game, I figured we could do this little review and prediction of the UFC 256. The headline, the two main events right here is Tony Ferguson versus Charles Oliveira, and we have Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno. I think that those are two really good fights that a lot of people, if they end up watching it, will really end up liking that. And it'll be a really interesting pay-per-view. It's pretty stacked right here, with the first fight being Junior Dos Santos versus Ciryl Gane, and that is a heavyweight bout where Junior Dos Santos is 21-8 and Gane is 6-0. Junior Dos Santos is 36. Some people are saying he's on the downside of his career, and you know he's on a bit of a losing streak. He's been knocked out here recently by Francis Ngannou and Curtis Blades and Rosenstrike. He hasn't really won a fight in about a little over a year. His last fight that he won was against Derek Lewis, and since then he really hasn't been looking good. He's had it kind of rough here recently. You know, Gane being 30, he's on the up and up. He like I said, he's 6-0. He's really good with it. He's got some really good hands. He's good stand-up. Some people think that he's just a striker, but two of his last three fights have been won by submission. So I think if he ends up getting this victory against Junior Dos Santos, it'll be a really credible victory against the number 6 ranked heavyweight. And then so I'm just gonna have to roll Gane on that one. And the second fight is a middleweight bout between Kevin Holland and Jacare Souza. And Kevin Holiday right here, he's the heavy favorite in this one. You know, Jacare, he's starting to get a bit of a boost in this one. Some people are starting to really roll in his favor because he hasn't aged like many other people. Yes, he's 41 years old, but he's still... Some people are saying that he's still looking good. So, you know, he hasn't really fought in the middleweight bout in about a year. And his last win was against Chris Weidman by knockout. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Or he's on a 2-fight losing streak, and both of them are by decision. Some people could have said that he could have won some of those, but, you know, it is what it is. Kevin Holiday, he's 28 years old, and he is 20-5. He's on a 4-fight win streak. Some people are saying that some of his are a little sloppy, and you know he's not as much of he doesn't have as much experience in the octagon as many other people. But you know, he's got four fights that he's on a win streak, 3 of them being knockouts, one of them being a slam where he slammed the guy so hard he hurt the guy's neck. He's a bit dangerous, and he's a kickboxer. So, you know, I'm gonna have to roll with Holland on this one because, you know, he's younger, he's on that win streak, and, you know, I think he's going to be a little bit more dangerous. The only way that I think that Jacare would end up being able to pull this out is if he takes him to the ground. And you know, I don't really know if Holland's that great on the ground because, you know, not too many people have really been taking him there. But, you know, we'll move on to the next fight. The third fight on here is MacKenzie Dern versus Virna Jandiroba. I don't know if I said that right, but, you know, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I think it's Jandiroba. Oh well. Anyways, that is a woman's strawweight, and Dern is 27. She is 9-1. She is a bit of a submission specialist. She is ranked as number 1 in IBGGF, and she is a world champion Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Virna is 32. She is 16-1. They are both on a 2-fight win streak, both by submission. The only difference is that Dern, her two have came in the first round. I think that they're both pretty dangerous on the ground. We're going to have more of like a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu bout right here. And I think that somebody might end up getting tapped out if it doesn't end up going to decision. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to have to roll with Dern because I think she is a little more experienced and everything on the ground because of her being ranked as a #1 in the IBGGF and her being a world champ. I know that Virna is pretty good, and you know she all but 3 of her victories have all come by submission. So you know I'm just gonna have to end up rolling with Dern on that one. I've seen her fight a few more times than I have Virna, and you know I think I believe in her. I'll just say that just because you know two of her submissions that she's had came in the first round. I think she's a little more quicker and a little more prepared, but that's just my decision on that. That's my opinion. But we're going to go on to the co-main event here with Tony Ferguson versus Ciryl Oliveira. And Tony Ferguson, he's 36. He's 26-4. His last fight that he had was a really, really ugly loss to Justin Gage. And you know before that he was on a 12-fight win streak. In that Gage fight, he looked really tired, uninspired. He didn't really look like he was wanting to be there. I don't know if it was just that his tank was empty or whatever, him having to go over there to Fight Island. I have no clue what really ended up happening there. He didn't really look like he was willing to be there and he wanted to be there. I mean, he got his face beat in. He really did. He got his face beat in. And, you know, he's got the heart of a lion though. I'm just going to say that he's got the heart of a lion. Oliveira, he is 36. He's on the uprise. He's on the uptick. He's starting to get into his into his prime. He's 29-8. He has not really fought too many really big names in his fight history. He's on a 7-fight win streak. He's got 10 performances of the night. That is the most in UFC history. I think he's a little more better on the ground, in my opinion, but that's also against lesser competition. The one thing though is that if Tony Ferguson, if he ends up seeing an opening, he will take it. He will take you to the ground. He will choke you out. Oliveira, he is not only an opportunist, but he's very offensive minded when it comes to the ground game. He'll try to get a submission, and then if that fails, he'll try to move on to something else. He'll keep moving and keep moving and keep moving. He'll tire himself out. And as all Tony Ferguson fans know, he is one of those people that have a really, really big gas tank, and he can keep it going and do his thing. I am going to have to roll with Tony Ferguson. I think that again, he has the heart of a lion. He's never been submitted, so I do not think that Oliveira will be able to submit him. I do not think that this is going to end up being like the Justin Gage fight, where he more or less just got his face beat in. I know that Oliveira is on the uptick. He's on the rise, and Tony Ferguson is the only one that is really able to give him an opportunity up there in the upper echelon of that weight class. But we'll see. Maybe Charles can choose me or can prove me wrong, but I'm sticking with my guy. I'm sticking with Tony Ferguson right here. And then we're going to move on to the main event here, this flyweight championship bout with the champion Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno. Figueiredo is 32. He is 20-1. A lot of people say that he gives a lot of open shots to people where they'll punch him, they'll punch him, they'll punch him, they'll punch him, but he'll get that really quick counter punch in. He's a bit of a power puncher. He has a really high fight IQ. But on the other side of this, these two both recently fought on the same card. And Figueiredo is somebody who walks around a lot heavier than what he fights at. And him fighting at the flyweight, he's got to cut a lot of weight here. And I think that it could affect him. He might not want it to go to the championship rounds. He might try to end this fight really early. And these two both thrive in chaos. They both do. But the thing is, Brandon Moreno is not as organized as Deiveson is. And Deiveson likes to control the chaos, and he's one that can do that. But Brandon Moreno is also 27. He's 18-5-1. He just came over not too long ago from the Ultimate Fighter. And, each fight you see him get a little bit better, a little bit more better, a little bit more better. He's one of those people that, again, in the midst of the chaos, they do some stuff. They get to the ground, and he's one that ends up surprisingly popping up as, somebody who's with the upper hand here. They both are pretty good strikers here. And I think that this is one of those things that Dana White said, just like with the female fight here with MacKenzie and Virna. Styles make fights. We'll see how this goes. I think that a lot of people are giving the favorite to the champ here, but just with me mentioning that weight cut thing, seeing here recently how people are taking fights on at last minute, and a lot of these fights have been thrown together kind of last minute. The foot stomper, Kamaru Usman was supposed to fight. I think that Amanda Nunes was supposed to fight, and there was a few other fights that other YouTubers out there had been making reviews about and previews about, but I don't know, man. This one still, with it being thrown together kind of last minute, it looks like it's a really good one. I've already bought it. I'm excited to see it. I hope you guys are out there or are excited to see it too. Let me know, man. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. Like and comment on the Facebook page. Check us out on YouTube. We got a lot of stuff on YouTube. We got 9 episodes. We're going to start working on the 10th one here in a couple days. Let us know how you like it. Give us some feedback. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Like and comment on the Facebook page. And we'll check you out later. Peace.